Hello, it's time for another episode of Discipleship Today. My name is Bob Benson. I pastor Christ Lutheran Church in Bemis Point. We've been talking about discipleship, and I think sometimes we settle, okay? And let me explain what I mean. Most churches today settle for gathering people around something, lacking a compelling vision of real discipleship. Real discipleship reaches a lost world. See, they settle for a combination of gathering people attracted by a couple of different things. Usually gathering people around a place, gathering people around a program, gathering people around a personality, or gathering people around other people. See, those 4 P's, those places, programs, personalities, and people don't meet the discipleship needs of others. Other churches are unable to engage in the 4 big challenges facing discipleship in the U.S. today because they settled for the 4 P's. They settled for something less than the vision of a great congregation. Let me explain what I mean. There are 330 million Americans today. And maybe 50,000 out of 350,000 churches that are able and willing to reach that 330 million. If you just do the math, we don't have enough healthy, mission-focused churches to take on the challenge that we face today. We don't have enough leaders. We don't have enough congregations. We don't have enough in communities. Going into seminaries, coming out of seminaries, we cannot meet the need without God's help. And we have a lot of churches that are trying to meet needs without God's help. A young adult in a major city today probably doesn't even know a Christian. What influence can we have in lives if we don't have unbelieving friends? The people of God have been invited into the work of the church through discipleship. The Great Commission, go into all the world, making disciples as we go. We use those statistics. It looks like an impossible task. If most Christians are gathering in churches around place, personality, program, and people, we are not being discipled to follow Jesus. And then we'll have little capacity or concern to challenge those 4 big American trends of gathering people around these things. How do we do this? I think sometimes we got to go back to the beginning. We got to check our leadership foundation. I think we got to go back to Acts 2:42 and do what God's called us to do in a great way. Now, with all that said, there is hope for our world. Because it's not just up to us. It's up to the Holy Spirit that's been deposited inside of us to help us do great discipleship. If you don't have a great relationship with Christ through prayer, through some good discipleship making disciplines in our life, good Christian disciplines, and if you're not saturated in prayer, then it becomes a hopeless world. But because we have the Holy Spirit deposited inside of us, and because we have His Word in our hands, we are equipped, and we've got to engage in the work. Let's stop gathering people around the 4 P's that we talked about. The places, the programs, the personalities, and the people. And let's focus on our relationship with Jesus Christ and how He discipled others who went out and discipled others. That's the pattern which works. That's the P that works. So for Discipleship Today, my name is Bob Benson. Thank you for taking the time to watch.